Not saying much, but
Boy, United is stressing you to such a point where you don't even want to wear United kids anymore.
what do you mean? What do you mean? That's not true.
But quickly, before the lights go off, who do you think is going to win it?
Let me be. Okay. Barcelona. If we get Bayern this season, we slaughter them. There's no other way.
Oh, how?
Because it's Tuchel.
He's not a good footballer to watch. I wouldn't pay my money to go and watch any guy play football. Like, he's just he looks weird. Like, he's just I'm fine. The thing is, and everyone is hyping him that he's a world-class footballer.
He is a world-class footballer. What do you mean?
He's a world-class finisher. There's a difference.
A world-class finisher is a world-class footballer. Is it not?
Thing is, we have a horrible record
Where is it played?
At the Orlando Stadium.
But yeah, home and away. It's an empty stadium in any case.
That game fine. I think the last time we beat Sundowns was in the MTN 8.
Can you give it to the person who matters in this conversation?
Utin.
Sundowns is never away.
Come with Cameroon football. All I can say is that we'll see Orlando Pirates or whoever in the final of the MTN 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
All right.
We are way behind schedule.
No, good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, can see
Smash
Smash Day.
Danko.
It's the full-time fruity, the Red Devils, and the Jesus followers.
Danko, the Jesus follower is back again in full effect. I'm not going anywhere anymore.
With another Arsenal banger.
As usual, boy, I had to.
I must agree.
It's been 6 years. It's been 6 years without the Champions League, and I had to make sure today I come proper.
Yeah, I know. It's the Champions League, ladies and gentlemen. It's going straight to it. We'll just go through the groups, who's going to make it and who's going to go to Europe. I have a feeling someone's going to end up in Europe.
Hey, I also have a feeling.
Thursday night football. I'd rather not go there.
Some teams are already in the Thursday night football, so we're gonna find who's gonna join them.
On the touchline, it was supposed to be used truly, but it's the Champions League, so he couldn't make it.
This team is not in the Champions League, but
let's start. So basically, just looking at all the Champions League groups, and then who's going to make it, and then possible Champions League winner, and then also predicting who is going to be the top goal scorer. If you see my colors, you already know. Not saying much, but
boy, United is stressing you to such a point where you don't even want to wear United kids anymore.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's not true. That is not true at all.
You resorted to wearing Barca fan.
I mean, all my kids are dirty.
All your kids are cold.
All my kids are dirty, and
all your kids are cold. But I think let's start with the Champions League. Who's winning the Champions League? Okay, first of all, let's start with our teams, right?
Yeah.
I think Arsenal are with PSV. With PSV, I know we're playing PSV.
I have the groups here.
Yeah. We have PSV, we have Sevilla, we have Lens.
Yeah.
We should win this group, boy. Like, if you look at all the teams that are in our group, they don't have Champions League DNA, all of them. And they're not good teams. Like, if you look at their teams in their respective leagues, they are not good teams. So, if we don't win this group, it's a failure for Arsenal fan. This is the most favorable group we could ever get coming back into the Champions League. I feel like UEFA did us well here.
Yeah, especially because but maybe it's because you're number 2. That's why you got this draw.
Probably.
Yeah. That's why it's a pair. Because normally you come in as number 4, then you definitely get by. Do you know who got Bayern this time around? But let's get to it. Group A, we have Bayern Munich. Number 2, we have United. 3, we have Copenhagen. 4, we have Galatasaray. It looks like it has been set already.
No, I feel like that's how it's gonna finish as well. As much as United is shit at the moment, but I feel like
we should make it through.
Yeah, you should make it through the group. You can't tell me you're not better than Galatasaray and Copenhagen.
Nah, we should make it through. Yeah,
you should. Like, even if it's not winning the group, but I think you should make it through.
Yeah, the challenging game that I foresee for United is the Galatasaray game, mainly because it's a not so big opposition, but they have big names, and away you can struggle. But if we can get a throw away, we beat them at Old Trafford.
Yeah, and the Galatasaray Stadium is a very difficult place.
Yeah, it's hostile.
Especially in the Champions League. They are sick, boy. Their fans are always up for Champions League games. But I feel like against Bayern it's gonna be long fun. Yo, against Bayern is gonna. The thing is, right? One thing about Bayern Munich, one thing I know about them, they're always up for Champions League nights, boy. Like, their fans, they may not be as loud as they are in the Bundesliga than when they are playing in the Champions. Like, it's like in the Champions League, they become possessed with fire. So it's not looking good, bruv.
No, it's not looking good. But also, this is not the game. Even if United were not a shit right now, this is the game that we're probably going to lose in any case. The away game, maybe at home we can get a draw, but it's not going to be good for United. I can sense a loss as well.
Okay, based on your current performances, like what is one thing that you look at that United team, and you're like, you know what, this can help us get a result
for
Bayern Munich
for tomorrow?
Yeah, for tomorrow. Just one thing out of that. 5 United performances in the league. Like, what is one thing that you like? You know what, we can possibly get a draw or a result at Bayern Munich. Because for me, as a rival fan looking at United, I can't see how you're stopping that Bayern Munich team at the moment. Because you have Kane, Sane, Gnabry, Coman. That front three alone, it's a mission on its own. And if I look at the United team, Wan-Bissaka is out for 2 months right now. Yeah. Luke Shaw is out for 3 months. Those are your 2 best defensive left backs. And then you have Varane, who's your second best centre back, who's out. And then Martinez has been shit ever since he came back into the season. So I don't know. Onana is licking goals like he. No, it's long for Casemiro, it doesn't have legs anymore. So it's like, I'm looking at that United team and I'm trying to look for a player that can lock these players, and I can't seem to find any.
At this moment, I can say there's no one who can probably win us the game. If it was a different manager, I would probably say we can maybe get a draw, but Ten Hag is not that defensive.
Exactly.
So he will never approach a game like Ole or Mourinho. So I would say, but it's a game of football. We have to watch and see the results. But for now, it's not looking good. But I'm not really worried about the Bayern Munich game. I see you have a comment.
Yeah, Mara, defensively, there's nothing much he can do, Zanek.
But he can play a back 5. He can do something.
But if he plays a back 5, then it means he must introduce another liability.
But I mean, like, you can't go to the Allianz Arena, with that back 4. There's no way, boy. Trust me, I know. We went there with Abu Mustafi, and Koscielny and all of these guys, and it's not a good place to go to, boy. And at that time, okay, it was the best Bayern probably that you've ever experienced. But like, you can't go to the Allianz Arena with that back 4. Ten Hag has to change something. It's either he goes back to a back 5 and tries to stop Bayern from playing. Because if you go toe to toe with that Bayern team, I'm telling you, finally, you're not gonna win.
We can't go to toe to toe with anyone at this moment.
And one thing I've noticed about Ten Hag, he doesn't respect any opposition.
And it's dangerous.
And it's very dangerous. He doesn't respect oppositions. Like, he plays every game. That's why United last season we're at the end of like big scorelines, like Liverpool 7, because he doesn't look at the first of all the stadium, the atmosphere, the hostility, and then he doesn't look at the opposition.
And right? The players that he has.
And the players that he has. He wants to play this expansive football from playing out from the back at every step. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you have world class players, then you can. But if you don't have a good team, you can't do that. And what I see here about Ten Hag, he's gonna do the same thing that he did when you guys played Liverpool and all of these guys, all of these peak teams last season. And I foresee, and if United score within the first 10 minutes, it's long.
Who's going to score for United?
No, I'm saying if if United concede, they concede within the first 10 minutes, it's gonna be a good long 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I think United, the only improvement that he can make is to go back to a 4-3-3.
Yeah,
because this 4-2-3-1 thing
the diamond didn't work because
Bruno is out of position, Eriksen is out of position,
so you're like was also out of
two
position.
players who are not helping you in any way. Must go back to 4-3-3.
But that's my thing though. Okay, let's say he goes back to 4-3-3. Who does he put in the defense? Because you can't play regular. That's number one. Clearly he has shown that he doesn't trust Dalo one Bissaka now is injured. It means Dalo has to play right back, right? And who are you going to put left? You can't play regular in the Champions League teams.
Yeah, but I think we can, and I think we're just laboring at this point. There's literally nothing that we can say about United, especially against Bayern. Even if they were playing another team against Bayern, there's nothing you can say. Even if they had one Bissaka, or there's just no way because it's what you say that Ten Hag will never approach a game defensively in any case. So even if we had Bissaka, it was going to be maybe better that we will have defensive players. But I think it's a matter of damage control for United, and I think we are due for another thrashing. At this time that season, we had one. I mean, by game week 5. In the Glazer economy, in the leadership, we definitely came to get 4, hold 5. So if we can limit it to, let's say, a 2, I think it will be good build up for the game that matter.
Personally, you see, if Ten Hag doesn't change the system, I don't see you guys limiting to a 2. Because if I'm looking at that United team, okay, let's leave the defense because the defense is shambles, right? Going to the midfield. I saw Mason Mount is training again, so it means he's available for selection. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how Ten Hag approaches that game. But for me as a neutral watching, I'm very excited because I hate Man United and I want them to lose and
to be the new Arsenal against.
Essentially, I just want them to be the new Arsenal, and as things stand, it looks like they are.
Yeah,
they are definitely
before the game.
And one thing also, I was listening to a Hurricane. What is it? Interview, not an interview, press conference.
Yeah.
And they asked him about how do you feel about not going to United when they had interest in you and whatnot and what. And he said United didn't put any effort in getting me. So, and other clubs such as Bayern managed to get a deal with Spurs and to get me. So you can see he wanted to go to United so that he can break the Premier League record, but United didn't want to sign him. So now he's probably going to go out there and prove a point with shit. You guys missed out on this thing. This is a massive vibe.
Yeah, I know, but just before we move on, I think we've been laboring this point, but it's not a matter of United didn't put it in trade. They don't have the money. I mean, it's just clear as they don't have the money. They bought a B-Tech striker. They just don't have the money. So I wouldn't say he's out for revenge because United were never really in it for him. If they were in for him, they're going to pay the money. I mean, it's that simple.
Good prediction.
Yeah, but shout out to Debs. I think we were wrong. We should have said Hurricane. See you in September. See you in September. We expected to see him in June. But yeah, let's go to Group B. Who's making it?
No, I'm saying quick prediction. Bayern versus
United. Yeah. I'll go for a 3-0. Respectfully, yeah.
I'm manifesting a 5-1.
Okay, fair enough. Welcome, Mr. Yours truly.
Oh, wait. 4-1, I mean.
4-1.
I think Rashford will score.
I also think Rashford will score.
Haaland. Yeah, I know.
I think Group B, so our first fixture is PSV at home. So I think we got out to a Dutch team in the Europa League last season, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm very confident going into that game, especially now that Raya is in the team. Like I watched them against Everton. He's incredible, fam. Like the way he's so calm on the ball, the way he just commands his box, like in aerial balls, the way you can even see like the Saliba and Gabriel don't hesitate to pass him the ball because they know this guy, he's cold with it. Fam. The way he was pinging balls to our wingers is incredible, boy. And I feel like it brings so much calmness into our defense. I mean, our defense was calm already with Ramsdale, but I feel like sometimes it was a bit on the edge, man. Sometimes you were not sure.
It was too close.
Yeah, he was too close. Sometimes, like when he gets the ball, he doesn't know. His feet are he's not composed.
He's a good shot stopper and
he's a good shot stopper,
but
right?
not like Raya.
Exactly.
Especially from the first game. With all being said, it's only been one game at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But it's a solid team.
It's a solid addition, and people have been talking about this the whole time. Uguti, it's a problem having two top class goalkeepers in one team. But I feel like Raya is definitely way better than Ramsdale. I mean, Ramsdale has been good for Arsenal, I won't lie. He's been our best goalkeeper ever since probably Jens Lehmann, but I feel like Raya just gives us a different dimension.
Peter check.
Like he just elevates our game to a different level because, like, you see how De Zerbi, right, has transformed playing out from the back, and I feel like David Raya, along with Edison, they probably and Onana, they're probably the three top ball players in Ter Stegen, Klambi.
Alisson.
Eh? Alisson is not good with his feet.
No, but I'm saying,
No, I mean,
Raya is on the bottom of that list.
Yeah, no, I know.
Maybe above Onana for now, but just at the bottom of that list.
He is. He's
in that list. He's in that list. But so far, he's not played so many games at the top level for him to be rated there.
Yeah, but you can see Uti has potential. I watched him against he played for Spain, and I watched him. I was like, this guy is incredible, man. Like people are praising his ball playing skills, but I feel like his shot stopping skills are also incredible, boy. Like I remember when they played City at the Etihad Brentford last season, Udaya was on smoke, boy. Like David Raya was on smoke, Mfana. And I think both of Ivan Toney's goal came from his distribution. So I feel like he's a good addition into a team. And finally, Arteta dropped Havertz, gents. Yo, and we played so much better, boy. Like, and I feel like that team that played at the weekend should be the same team that plays in the Champions League. Except for Nketiah. I don't want to see Nketiah in the Champions League. There's no Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is the only player, probably him, Zinchenko, Partey, and who? I think there's 5 players in that whole starting 11 who have played in the Champions League, not let alone win it. Who have played or Havertz? Yeah, it's things Zinchenko, Havertz, Jorginho.
Just name Chelsea players.
And Gabriel Jesus. Those are the only players who have played in the Champions League. So most of these players in our teams don't have Champions League experience. So I don't want to see Nketiah in the Champions League. We didn't work this hard to see Nketiah at the carpet in the Champions League, gents. Nah, there's no way. So I feel like we are gonna win the group, we're gonna win the match, and comfortably. PSV are not a good team, and we are playing very well right now.
Almost got PSG though.
Almost. I think PSG, they're not that great, Mvana. Like,
but that's the thing with Champions League. You don't want that competition even that close, especially in the group stages.
Exactly.
So if you even have that close competition, that then means that if you make a mistake in one of the other game other than the top club, you might be the third team. Yeah. So that's the challenge. But and then Napoli, Real Madrid, who's making it out? There's Napoli, Madrid, Braga. Okay.
Napoli, Real Madrid all day long, man.
Benfica, Inter, Salzburg, Sociedad. Do you care?
I watched the Real Madrid Sociedad match, and Sociedad actually played very well in that game. So that one is a very interesting group. I don't know who's gonna go. Inter are cooking in Serie A at the moment. They look like they are probably gonna win the league there. So It's a very, very interesting group, in fact.
Before we go in the dark, PSG, Dortmund, Milan, Newcastle.
Hey, that's the group of death, boy.
You
That's
said
literally-
you said PSG are not good enough, so.
No, but I mean in terms of the structure of the teams.
But I'm saying this group, there should be a perfect group for them. If you say they are not good enough compared to Newcastle, where are they? And compared to Milan.
I don't know. I think even Dortmund and Fana, they always cook in the
In the Champions League, they always.
But I think.
But they don't have a striker now. Oh,
Yeah.
but they have Sebastian Haaland.
But I think Milan and PSG are gonna go through. Dortmund and Newcastle, I don't trust them.
Yeah, Newcastle,
don't
yeah,
have Champions
yeah.
League experience. So it's
Recent
gonna be,
Champions League.
exactly. And today
experience.
they are playing Newcastle. I mean, they are playing Milan at the San Siro. It's
Tonali is going to be cooking.
hey boy, it's going back home, fine. It's going back home. When how do you see it going, man?
But I think PSG, they will make it out of the group. I'll
Yeah.
probably give it to Milan. also.
Milan,
Yeah.
because they have Champions League DNA.
Yeah,
also,
and
so.
they are playing good. They just thrashed Inter. Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, it was
no,
the opposite.
No, opposite.
It was
Other
the
way around.
opposite.
Milan was stretched, boy. Hey.
Yeah,
Inter cooking,
yeah,
fire.
no. And then we skipped the Atletico one, but nice.
But quickly before the lights go off, who do you think is gonna win it?
Let me be okay. Barcelona. It's been long enough.
But do you
The
think they have the
Champions League.
team though?
Yes, yeah.
Do you think they have the team and the?
With
Because-
with a good, if we can win our group and a good draw, we can get to the semi-final. That's what I can say for
Yeah.
now. Then if you get to the semi-final or even the final, then it's a matter of one game. But I have hope. But to be really honest, Manchester City. If they don't challenge in the league, Manchester City, they're going for the second one. Look out, Chelsea. It's even worse for me.
You know,
Don't-
like the Champions League this season is very open, fun, and literally anyone can win it. I don't see any standout teams except for City and Real Madrid
Real
because
Madrid,
of their
yeah,
history.
yeah.
But-
Not because of their history. When you
Madrid
mention,
because of their
yeah, and Manchester City because of their form,
Their
not their
form.
history.
No, I'm saying, and I said Real Madrid. So it's City,
Yeah,
because they are the best team in the world right now, and then Real Madrid
because of their history.
That's
Okay.
what I said. Yeah.
No, okay, no.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
it's
what I
fine.
said. No, Man City don't have a history, dog. What they
Now
like,
you watch it back. It's fine.
and then yeah, I think okay, City and Real Madrid are favorites, obviously, and then you have Inter. Then
Intercos again. Intercos, you read them.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. So last season
They were not even supposed to make it to the final according
No,
to
that's
me.
what I'm saying.
If Osimhen was fit,
What I'm saying is last season they made it to the final, but they were not even great.
Oh, I see.
Right,
But
but
did-
this
who-
season
who
it looks like they're cooking.
who
so-
did they? I don't watch Serie A, so I'm going to.
No, I think they beat. I don't think they've played Napoli yet, but they've beaten some big teams. I think.
Yeah,
Lazio
but
as
the thing
well.
is, the crunch
And
time.
Lazio is in the Champions League also, so Lazio is a good team, and I think Inter beat them or something.
Yeah, I think the crunch time for Champions League is not now. The group stages, everyone can make it, but then the last 16 which is going to be next year in Feb, your injuries and who you drew and your form by then, and whether you're still challenging
Of
for the
course.
league, and currently we can just put it out there based on how the teams are playing right now and how they look and their signings. But as we get closer to February or at the end of the group stages, that's when we're going to tell who is up for the Champions League. I think you can agree.
Nah, true.
Okay, I see we have been spared some electricity. 2 minutes.
I don't think it's going. I don't think it's leaving. But
How?
It's not leaving.
Is it tomorrow?
It's
I,
this is tomorrow, yeah.
oh, it's tomorrow.
oh, no.
morning.
Ah,
I know.
Shout out to-
the Lord is in our side. In fact.
shout out to ESCOM.
Actually, ne? So the reason. Okay, I think.
Are you still?
Guys, yeah, we are fine.
Yeah, no. After technical problems,
After technical difficulties, boy. No, but it shows Uguti, this podcast is not staged, fine. I wonder when you
it's-
have
it's
things
not-
like this, it just shows you.
No scripted.
It's
at
not
all.
scripted, boy.
We have nothing against scripted.
We have nothing against scripted podcasts, but this one is not
Yeah, this one is
scripted,
not
boy.
scripted. This one is.
Like a lot
But
of
yeah, you're saying
for instance,
top goal
in the
scorer?
top goal scorer is gonna be Haaland
In the semi-finals.
Because he always plays this weak team.
So
Because
because
like-
if you look at his stats,
and he was
if you
top
look at
goal
his
scorer
stats
by
last
a
season
mile.
in the Champions League,
Probably
most of
by
his
like
goals came in
7
the
goals or
Champions
something.
League. So you can see Uti, like he's just living off like weak teams not being able to handle him and all of those things.
I understand.
So
But if there was Arsenal in that group, who was going to be the top goal scorer? In the Champions League.
It's a very good question. It's a very good question to find out. I don't know because we don't score
Definitely
goals.
not Haaland.
Definitely not Haaland, boy. Definitely not Haaland. I mean, Haaland is a good goal scorer, but I mean, I don't like him. He's not a good footballer to watch. I wouldn't pay my money to go and watch Erling Haaland play football. Like he's just he looks weird. Like he's just I'm fine.
Nah,
He
when you
looks weird. Like when you're looking at him, it's when he looks like an alien. Fine. He looks like the Bamenze in the lab or something. Hey, Haaland, boy.
I think this is personal now.
No, it's not. It's just like I don't like him personally. It's just the thing is, and everyone is hyping him that he's a world class footballer.
He is a world class footballer. What do you mean?
He's a world class finisher. There's a difference.
A world class finisher is a world class footballer. Is it not?
Now he's in the.
Who is
the
a
thing
world
is,
class?
right,
Who is a world class finisher and is not a world class footballer? Who is a world class defender and is not a world class footballer?
No, but I'm saying now he's in the conversation for Ballon d'Or now.
If it was not for the World Cup, I think, or if it was not a World Cup here with this stats and the treble, it's taking it. If it was not for that,
Yeah, but like it's
because it's individual brilliance. That's what we mean.
how is it individual brilliance? That's my
Because
thing.
no one else can
Because
do it.
you are the guys that hyped Ronaldo for doing the same thing, for being
No.
a goal
No,
scorer
but
and
no.
winning things, and Haaland is doing exactly that.
No. But if Cristiano Ronaldo,
What was he doing?
at the start of his career, he was a winger. He
At
was
the start,
he was skillful. He used to beat players. He was a Ballon d'Or material.
At the start, yes.
Yes, at the start.
But the last two Ballon d'Ors.
Exactly. That's why. I mean,
So I'm saying,
but
I'm saying,
I think
so-
Cristiano. If you look at Cristiano and Erling Haaland, Cristiano used to do it in the big games, right? He used to do it in Champions League finals. He used to do it in Clásicos. Like he used to do it at the highest stage, and he used to perform. Like he used to be Real Madrid's go-to guy, right? If you're looking for a moment of brilliance, if you look at Haaland and that City team, they play like a team. The only person there that you can say, Guti, he brings out clutch moments, it was Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Rodri.
who finishes them off and who is?
No, I'm saying like if you look at big moments in games,
With
those are the
Haaland-
three. Haaland only finishes goals in these when playing against young weak teams.
I think a fair argument or a fair point is that Haaland has not played long enough at that level, and if he can play long enough, he's going to. That's what he's doing. They brought him in to win the Champions League. He's won the Champions League. He won the top goal scorer by miles. There's just no way. For me, actually, the impact that he has is the same for the season that he's played for Manchester City. It's the same impact that Ronaldo had at Real Madrid. It's the same impact.
Nah, but I
with
think-
more goals for
I
Haaland.
think Cristiano, okay, when he moved from Man United to Real Madrid, he was a tricky winger. Like he had more to his game than what Haaland is. Haaland, what he does, first of all, he's not even good with his feet. His touch is terrible. His passing is terrible. Like he doesn't run with the ball. He doesn't. Like, there's no good footballing attributes that he has other than hitting the ball from 6 yards out into the net. Literally, that's what he does.
You see,
And I don't understand why we should. I mean, what award that? I don't know. I don't understand
No,
why
I
we
think
should award
this
that.
thing.
I honestly don't
this thing
understand.
to me is fine because that's what you used to say about Ronaldo. That's exactly.
It's not. It's
That's exactly what we used to say. We used to say Ronaldo only hits tap-ins. But to be really honest, when you look at it, that's what you need to win games. That's what you need to win tournaments. And by the standards of the UEFA and by the standards of football nowadays, that's what happens. If you win the Champions League and you're the top goal scorer, you win the league, you win the Ballon d'Or. That's how it happens. And if you do that, you are a world-class footballer. Haaland is a world-class footballer. You must agree. He is. He is a world-class footballer. He is a world-class footballer.
I know. No, Mhlambe, maybe my definition of world class is different too.
It's just, I think it's preference now.
Probably.
It's a matter of preference.
Yeah, probably.
Because whether you like it or not, okay, I'm going to go with this thing in a loop now and bring in Messi.
No, but Messi, he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or.
No, I'm just saying, no, I was going to include that in the same argument. For example, you can argue that I like the way that Mbappe plays, but I cannot like Haaland is not a world-class player. But in that conversation, I like the way that Mbappe plays. It's actually more influential in the game.
He is.
And that's but it doesn't rule out Haaland as a world-class player just because he's there when they need him to score.
I mean, I think for me now, he's not a good footballer to watch. Like I wouldn't say as a young kid I want to play like him.
Yes, there's the same argument we used to make. I don't think Haaland would make man of the match if he didn't score. It's the same argument we used to make for Ronaldo. It's the same argument. But you can just score and then you change the game, and that's how you influence the game. Or you get a penalty, you score one penalty in the game, the team wins. It's a clutch player. I'm not saying Haaland is a clutch player, but I'm just saying it's that kind of influence influence. But yeah, coming back home, Masandawana versus Orlando Pirates.
Oh, we're done with the Champions League now.
I forgot Group H, but Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar.
You said let's go back to your Barcelona prediction. What makes you say that? Because I also watched Barcelona and when they played when they won 5-0 against Getafe. No, it wasn't Getafe. It was it Getafe this weekend? Yeah. No, it wasn't Getafe because Greenwood plays for Getafe. And
it was Betis.
It was
Betis. Betis. They played against Betis, and they had Christensen at the back, and they had. Who did they have? I think they had Christensen.
We have Christensen. We have Kunde. Then
and Cancelo. Oh yeah, that's the back four. It's fine except for Christensen. Yeah. I don't know why Christensen.
Christensen has been for me. It's been our best signing last season for me. But it's very difficult to be critical of teams if you don't watch them. That's what I've seen.
No. That's what I mean. Good, I watched.
I watched Barcelona. Barcelona. It's been even last season. They had a better team to challenge, like to be competitive in the Champions League. I think this season in terms of the squad on the field of the coaching. There's a few teams that are better than them on paper and on the field. There's just a few teams. They are going to win La Liga.
They won't win.
They are going to win La Liga because in the long run they are going to win La Liga. I'm telling you,
they'll win La Liga.
They'll win La Liga.
They won't win La Liga.
The only closest person who's going to try and stop him is Bellingham, because he's that clutch player that can try to make things happen. At least from the 5 games that have been played, but. In the long run, Madrid are going to focus on the Champions League, and the league is going to be gone. That's the case. They won the league last season. They have strengthened now. We're playing with Cancelo. We're playing with Felix. In the midfield, we have Gundo.
Yeah, it's listen. So I'm looking at the team right now.
One of City's best players came to us. Think about it.
True.
And even if it was not for the money and other issues, even Bernardo Silva was going to be playing for us. They all want to come to the bigger teams. I don't want to say Barcelona, but they all want to play for Madrid or Barcelona.
Yeah. No, the thing is, the reason why I'm saying that, he played Oriol Romeo in midfield.
It's been our best signing so far this season. Don't look at the name.
Wait.
If you watch the game, if you watch the football, it's been our best.
About Southampton.
No.
Forget about Southampton. It's been our best signing.
But it's seriously cooking, boy. It looks weird.
I know.
It's actually playing.
Romeo.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Who played for relegated Southampton?
Yeah, he got relegated.
And the question,
there's no way, boy.
But he's cooking. Have you watched him play?
Yes, the thing is, I watched him against Betis. I'm telling you, I watched the game against Betis, and I'm just there, and I'm like, this guy. Obviously, it's Betis. Betis are not a good team. Right?
What do you mean? What do you mean Betis are not a good team?
No, they're not a good team, and Barca are playing at home. So it's like
that home is not even Barca's home. Is they are also away Barcelona in that home.
yeah, but they're playing at home. It's also it looks more like the Camp Nou has a wide pitch and all of those things. Mara, it's very similar to Camp Nou, to the Camp Nou, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying yes, they're playing home. What I am going to say is that you can probably use other reasons to discredit Barcelona from competing in the Champions League.
No, I'm not saying they're not going to.
But if you go player for player, and for example, you've criticized the players that when you look at them on paper, you first went for Christensen, and people who watch Barcelona, they will tell you he's our best defender to the extent that you want to play him in the midfield.
The thing is,
you're going for the player that looks the weakest on paper, and he was our best signing to date. Him and De Jong there. Never getting out.
So the reason why I make that point, Arsenal played Barca in pre-season. Eh?
Yeah.
And it was a full strength Barca team. And Arsenal are not a world-class team.
Pre-season. It's pre-season.
No, wait. Listen to what I'm saying.
Pre-season. We were slapping Brighton in pre-season.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Arsenal are not a world-class team. Mm-hmm. But the way we cut through that defense, it was insane, boy. And Barca, they're gonna get better teams in the Champions League.
Who?
Bayern is.
But if we get Bayern this season,
let me tell you something.
If we get Bayern this season, we slaughter them. There's no other way.
Oh, how?
Because it's Tuchel.
But Tuchel has Champions League DNA. Xavi doesn't have. Xavi hasn't won the Champions League. Tuchel has won the Champions League.
I know what you're saying. But Tuchel as a manager is better than Xavi. That's what I'm saying. I know, but I'm just saying in terms of the team that we have this season. Okay.
But Bayern also have a good team.
Okay. We can say Bayern. I'll give it to you because
and they have a great coach in Tuchel. But not necessarily heritage, but they have a better team and a better manager.
There is no way Bayern Munich has a better team than Barcelona.
They do.
Quote me. There is no way. No way.
Okay,
who's their striker?
Harry Kane.
Okay. We have Lewandowski. Yes.
No, but at the moment, Harry Kane is the best striker in the world. What
judge is that? Haaland is the better striker at the moment. What are you saying?
No. If Haaland is a better goal scorer. Remember,
that's a striker.
No, listen.
That's a striker.
Listen, Haaland is a better goal scorer, but he's not an overall striker.
But I'm just saying,
he's not a best overall striker.
I'm asking what informs your decision to say Harry Kane is the best striker in the world currently.
Because he's killing it in the best league in the world.
Where is he killing
Premier
it?
League.
He's not killing it. Haaland was.
No, he killed it. He scored 30 goals. It's just that Haaland it's just that Haaland scored 6 more. So and he scored 30 goals in a shit Spurs team. That shows you Gutumchita he's a world-class striker.
Okay.
If you put Haaland in that Spurs team, he doesn't score 30 goals.
Boy, go to Haaland has been at Salzburg. He was scoring.
Dortmund has been playing.
He was breaking records. It's not that Pele started his career at 6.
But now we are going to go back to your argument about Haaland. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we have Lewandowski. I can argue that Harry Kane currently is a better striker than Lewandowski currently. Maybe because he's also young and he's played in the Premier League. And also Lewandowski also played for Bayern, so we know what he can do at Bayern because everything is set up nicely. Who are the wingers?
Sane.
Gnabry
and Coman.
No.
Oh, you mean Barca?
No. Just say if you are playing Harry Kane, who are going to play left hand, don't count all the wingers.
Sane left hand side, Gnabry right hand side.
Sane left hand side, Gnabry
or Coman. Both of them are equally as good on the right hand side.
I wouldn't put Gnabry in the conversation this season.
Okay, let's say it's Coman again.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then you have Goretzka, Kimmich.
Goretzka is
Musiala.
Okay, Musiala can give you that, but we have Gavi.
Okay, Gavi.
We have Gavi, Pedro, we have Romero, we have Frankie de Jong. There's no one who touches Frankie de Jong. We have Gundo. In the midfield is done. Can you agree?
Yeah. No.
Do you have a right back? No. You don't. Do you have a centre back? Who's your centre back?
I'm not a Bayern fan, but I'm just saying.
So what I'm trying to say is that compared to the teams that Barcelona had in the previous season and the fact that they actually won something, they won the league. They're in a better squad and they've actually had more good acquisitions or additions to the squad. Bayern I can give 2 years. If you can get Bayern clubs as who else? Real Madrid probably because in the Champions League they're a different beast. Probably, but it's going to be a game to be played. Manchester City is always going to be challenging. Other than that, I don't see anyone.
No, true. No, you're right.
So that's what I'm saying. We are going to challenge compared to that season, the other seasons, Barcelona are going to challenge. And if you challenge and you get a good throw and few brown envelopes there and there, you can get to the semi-final. And then it's a final.
I hear you. But you remember I did say with this season's Champions League is
Arsenal is
wide open now. Arsenal are not gonna do anything, fam. I mean, as much as I would want us, like as I said, 8 of those players in the starting lineup have never played Champions League football. So it's like you can't expect a team like that to go.
Let Havertz cook.
Havertz can come in handy in the Champions League. I feel like if we get to the knockout stages, if you say we should start playing Havertz because he knows he's got in the Champions League final, so he knows everything about the Champions League. So it's gonna be a very interesting Champions League season.
But I hate that thing. Yes, I hate that thing when people say Havertz scored a Champions League final. Did you watch that campaign? What did Havertz do in that campaign?
He's a clutch player.
Even Mount had way more impact in that campaign than Havertz. Mount, Kanse, Jorginho, Rudy, Thiago Silva. Those are the players that won the Rhys James that won the Champions. Havertz.
But before we wrap up the Champions League, what's a reasonable finish for your team there, Mr. Ustrud, in the Champions League? what's a reasonable finish for Arsenal in the Champions League?
I think if you get to the quarterfinals,
a reasonable one. Yeah.
I think if you get to the quarterfinals, it's going to be a successful.
Can build on it.
I think we can build on getting to the quarterfinals because I don't see us. We don't have the team, the manager, the heritage to take us to the semi-finals.
You are still going to have seasons like City and a lot of them.
Exactly.
And you must be at that standard of City.
Exactly. So it's like
even PSG have been trying.
You see,
with better teams and better managers.
It's difficult.
Better money.
So I feel like quarterfinals is a good finish for Arsenal. I just want us to see us compete, man. Like I just want to see us compete against the big teams and not get trapped like we always do all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since I started supporting Arsenal, I don't think I've ever seen us beat like a big team away from home.
In the Champions League.
Like, we always get trapped all the time and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, since 2016 it's been peaceful for you.
Yeah, and like since 2016 the final has been peaceful.
Because there's no thrashing.
Because the thing is, the reason why I hate Barca so much is because ever since I started supporting Arsenal, we always used to get Barca in the knockout stages all the time in final.
Barca
and the problem is, no, if Bayern, it was after the Barca. So it started. The thing started with Barca, and then it was Bayern.
But Bayern is not a lot of games.
Bayern is not a lot. Barca was a lot. Barca was a lot. I remember this season when Barca had that blue kit that had that triangle
on
thing.
MSN.
Yeah, then it reminded you.
They came to the Emirates, ne?
Pep cooked. I cooked that old man of Wenger. I
was like, nah, this. That's why I've despised, but because they always used to trap us, bro, all the time. I knew very well, like if you go to the Camp Nou, it's either gonna get 3, 4, 5, and we can't compete like at all.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking for this season, I'm looking for good performances. I'm looking for good results away from home. I mean, we are very, very, very good at home, but away from home. In the Champions League, our record is terrible. But in the league, we have a better away record than we have at home. So I just hope that form is going to continue.
Yeah, but the thing is that in the Champions League, when you're away, actually away.
Yeah.
Actually away.
When you're actually away. So It's gonna be a very interesting. But I'm looking forward to it. We have a good team.
I just hope it does not disturb
our league form.
Yeah, your league form, because as much as you are good, but you have not really established yourself as like Liverpool in terms of challenging for the league. You've only had one good season. True. So if it disturbs you, it's not good enough being in the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna disturb us in the league, because we have a better squad depth this season than we had
for the group stages. I can agree, yes,
but for the stages.
But for when it matters, then you can have some challenges compared to the squads that you are competing against. I mean, I've just counted that Barcelona squad. You counted the Bayern squad. We know Real Madrid, Manchester City, the depth. We know what they can do. So
I hope it doesn't affect.
But because you're not aiming to go and win the Champions League, I can make it quarterfinal with your squad.
It's too early. It's too early in the building phase for us to win the Champions League. But
I always wonder what drugs they are eating there at Liverpool, because when have you ever seen Salah rested or Mane rested? Those people are always playing week in, week out, Champions League non-stop, and their football is high intensity.
It's true. I think
and they never dare to go to Liverpool.
Exactly. I don't know. Even the Barca team, the incredible Barca team, that one that won everything, the successful Pep Guardiola Barca team, they always used to play every game.
Yeah, but those ones they rest on the ball.
Oh yeah, it's not high intensity.
It wasn't as intense as Liverpool.
But I think for United, if we just don't go to the Europa, I'll be fine. So the knockout, like last 16, I should be fine. As long as I don't see other than going to Europa, I'd rather get number 4 and not go to Europa at all. For United. And then Barcelona, a semi-final finish. Semi-final for this season, I'll probably give it. It's going to be fair enough.
For the players that you've just named, you have to go to the final at least.
But then it depends on the draw. But I'm just saying, obviously, if you don't win it, I'll be disappointed, because I've already said it that they're going to win. But a semi-final finish, you can build on that. Okay. But Barcelona, if they go to the final, I don't remember them losing second place. That's been the first to lose.
Normally, when they go to the final, they don't lose.
So
they never lost the final.
Yeah.
So but let's go to South A. The Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates.
League.
That game is giving me anxiety.
Ibolale Chameleon.
That game is giving me anxiety.
As a
Pirates fan. Thing is, we have a horrible record.
Where is it played?
At the Orlando Stadium.
But yeah, home and away in it's an empty stadium in any case.
That game fun. I think the last time we beat Sundowns was in the MTN 8.
Can you give it to the person who matters in this conversation?
Sundowns is never away.
Come with Chameleon football.
You know what Rolando said?
Yeah.
I don't play formations anymore. I play schemes.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
He just plays a group of friends.
That thing sounds good because you're still winning.
But Gisol, I was watching Extra Time and they were talking about how Rulani hasn't lost a league game ever since he became head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns. And you see with that stat right there, I'm very, very worried.
Yeah, and
Shalulile is fit again. Tembazwane is fit again. So it's gonna be problems for us.
You know who's back? Gaston.
Who's Cyril?
He's training again.
He's out of the prison now. It's been released. I'm keeping a parole. Because he's saying Cyril is back, but we don't know where he was. He was not injured at least. But I don't think. Do you think they're going to play Sereno against Pirates?
I don't think it's going to make it.
Yeah, but at least now we are adding
it's back for the CAF.
For the CAF.
Yeah.
I think it's back for the MTN.
But fuck PSL also. Why did they make this game during like a midweek game?
because it's monopoly. It's the sponsor of the league is the sponsor of the broadcast.
it's where you must watch
So they make more money. Yeah, they make more money if you don't go to the field because
Or you watch it
everyone
at
is
home.
going to be watching at home. So it's monopoly. It's everything that's going wrong with the league, but we are not there. We are not there. Surely.
But I mean, this is
That's why they make games 5:30 games on a Tuesday. Big games, even if you want to go and watch it, because they will make they actually make more profit if you don't go to the game, because definitely there's only one place we can watch it. They don't even broadcast Bafana. They don't have rights.
Marachez, you see, this is what Piso Musiman was talking about. There's no way that Sundowns is playing Paris tomorrow on the weekend. They are playing Kaizer Chiefs. How is that possible?
Yeah, but
I mean, Sundowns is not a team to complain about that.
But also that game against Chiefs could have been who? It could have been Amazulu.
Exactly, it could have been Amazulu.
Because that game was already that game. I mean, even if that game was on a Sunday, when is the Chiefs game?
I think it's on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it was on Sunday, someone is going to complain in some other way. I was listening to Klopp saying they always get mid Saturday early kickoff games after international break. I mean, someone is bound to get a midday game, and they had players that traveled. So yeah.
What Ritzo was saying is that with Sundowns, it happens more often.
Why? Why would it happen? Why would it happen?
Because they play CAF.
But they should not play CAF then. That's what happens when you play CAF and Champions League.
Exactly.
That's what happens.
But I
So
mean,
you can't change the whole schedule of the Premier League, of the PSL for one team, especially because we know that the planning of the fixtures themselves for PSL is even bad. Even without Champions League, you find teams that have played 2 games, others have played 7.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to plan around this.
For
So
no reason.
it's poor planning, but it's not targeted at Sundowns.
Yeah, Mara, anyway,
Respectfully.
with Sundowns, get fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's
Okay.
Sundowns are not the team to complain about fixture congestion or fixture. Like they literally they're the Man City of South African football.
They have all
literally
the players, they have all the
players,
coaches.
They have all the coaches, so they are not the team to complain about a fixture congestion.
But yeah, maybe you can touch on that game before we move on from the chameleon football.
I think
Lepasa
Lipasa.
is playing with Lyle Foster now, so it's,
I think ne, for that game, I don't think we're gonna win, Fana. I don't think we're gonna win. That Sundowns team is incredible, boy.
it's a fair judgment.
They always find a way to win. Like
And then
and it's very difficult to stop. It's very difficult to stop them. What I can say is, ne, Pirates have been playing very well like this in the start of the season. But the sometimes the decision making of our coach, I don't agree with it, and I don't understand it. Sometimes he just makes decisions, and you're like,
You're not happy
if he
about
plays,
joining.
you see, if he plays the same team that has been playing in the league against Sundowns, then you have a chance of winning. But also that team is not good very defensively, right? Like we don't. If he plays Hoto, we're gonna get cooked.
And I think he killed the momentum of the team by trying to play a weaker team in the CAF.
Exactly, right?
I will say he was probably resting the players for Sundowns. But the players that were rested for Sundowns now, they need to start from the game behind, and they need to pick up the momentum because now they're already 1-0 down in the CAF. So
I don't know how I feel about that game, Fana. But Yabana he plays the same team that has been playing at the beginning of this. Then we have a chance against Sundowns because Shalili is a handful, Fana. Shalili is a handful, and Shalili versus Toki and CBC, I'm not convinced, boy. Like
I think
Shaluli Tembazwane versus like all of these guys, I'm convinced, boy. Alende is a baller in midfield. Tebogo Mokoena, Tebogo Mokoena, boy, he's a machine. He's another road boy in that team. So like if you go pound for pound, player for player, Ronan Williams is South Africa's number 1. So for us to beat Sundowns, we need Sundowns to have a bad game.
yeah, and I think
we need to have a great game. And Pirates normally when they play Sundowns, we normally don't have a great game unless what, man? Like we always play shit against Sundowns.
Yeah, but I also
I
think
don't know it's because of the nerves or what, but like even if we are on form, but if we play Sundowns or Chiefs, we always play shit, DJ. So I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that game, honestly. I'm just waiting to see which ones are like, boy.
yeah, but I also think it's Sundowns are beatable in a cup game than a
not in
league
the
game
league.
because
No,
in the cup game they're also trying to not get to the penalties and the pressure is different, especially
true.
against Pirates and against Pirates.
But I think it's
In the league, they know you're going to try and defend, and that's where they're going to kill because you're going to try and play for the draw, and they're going to finish you off. But in the league game, in the cup game, you must watch the MTN 8
But,
second leg.
it's gonna be two of the best teams in the league so far. I hope the football is lives up to the fixture.
Unless everyone goes, you know what Manchester City and Liverpool used to do, like they just go half and they hope for a point. Everyone doesn't want to lose, then it becomes a boring game.
But I don't think Rulani has that mentality, fan. Rulani, like the way he moves, boy, he moves like he wants to win every single game. Like you even saw when he went to Morocco last year in the Champions League semi-final. He went there to win the game.
Yeah, but it's different in the semi-final.
No, I'm saying like his mentality is different, boy. Like he doesn't go to a game and be like, we're gonna draw this game. He goes into each and every game wanting to win. Hence why he hasn't lost a game in the leagues this season as a head coach. So that's why I'm saying, Guti, I'm just hoping Guti, like the football tomorrow, it lives up to the fixture because it's the biggest game of the season so far. Two of the biggest teams in the country. At the moment,
form.
Two of the best playing footballing teams in the country so far. It's gonna be Mufokeng or Ratomo versus Mudau. That's gonna be a very, very good battle to watch. It's gonna be Saleng versus what's this guy's name? The guy from Algeria, the left back is Sundowns. What's his name? Abdullah or something like that.
Yeah, but it's with PSA is not. Yes, going to be a good game, but not so many one-on-ones. There's not so many one-on-ones.
No, but I think.
But I understand what you're saying. Get your point. Get your point.
So it's gonna be if it ends in a draw, I'd be happy, boy.
Oh,
because I don't think we're gonna beat Sundowns.
So you're calling a draw?
Yeah, I think if it ends in a score draw, maybe a 2-2 or a 1-1, I wouldn't mind because I doubt we'll beat Sundowns, man.
Yeah.
We don't have the capacity to beat Sundowns, boy.
That's true. Score
4-2.
So many goals.
Maybe a 2-1 win to Sunday.
So easy.
You wanted goals. I'm giving it goals.
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay away from the Pirates game. I think Sundowns going to win, but a throw is not a bad result for any team, especially Pirates.
If we're being honest, it's a must-win game for Pirates. If because the whole aim this season was to challenge Sundowns for the league.
Kevin said it. The painful thing, painful not for me, but the painful thing is that they are not going to win the league.
Who? Pirates.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to win the league. Man. Sundowns have already won the league.
What's happening? Is that wind? Or it rain?
I think
It's wind.
It's wind.
Both wind and.
Yeah, that's probably.
Are you guys watching the PSL? What's your opinion on
Ribeiro? Ribeiro coach is that Sundowns player, ne?
5 goals, 3 of them were good, 1 offside. I'm kidding. He looks Brazilian.
Yeah, he looks Brazilian.
He looks Brazilian. In the absence of Shalulile,
he's a baller.
In the absence of Shalulile,
he's a baller.
Problem.
Like I like his composure and his touch. His touch is incredible. Man.
But Sundowns in general, they are a well coached team.
Yeah, they
so
are.
it's even the players. It's very easy to see a sharp player and a player that is not not good enough. But if the team is not really well coached, everyone can be good in that game that day. But yeah.
But one thing I can say is, Chiefs must stay away from this whole trying to be like Sundowns and signing South American players, because you guys signed Gonzalez. What's his name? Gonzalez, ne?
Castillo.
No, the striker.
The striker.
Yeah.
It's Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He's not great. He's shit in fun. I watched him against Rally AM. He's terrible, boy. And for a South American player, I mean, all the South American players that we have in the league right now are cooking, boy. And they all play for Sundowns. But that one, the Kaizer Chiefs one.
I mean, Sundowns are the ones who sign players in South America. Then we take the players from Sundowns. I don't know why they shouldn't change that thing. That's why they spot the players, then we take them from Sundowns. It's always been like that. It's always like that. No, my God, we don't have the eye in South America.
Just go there.
Yeah, no, you don't have the eye, fine. I know.
Yeah, so I understand.
Because what I saw in that game, I was not impressed with it.
Yeah, but hey. Yeah, I think let's close it, Chance. What do you want to say before we go?
I know. I think it's gonna be a great game tomorrow, boy. I'm gonna wear the Pirates jersey to the gym, Vele.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna wear the Pirates jersey to the gym, but hey, I want us to win, but I don't think we'll win. So I think a draw is
The heart and the mind are in conflict.
Yeah, the heart and the mind. But it's literally a must-win game for Pirates. If we want to challenge Sundowns, we can't lose that game. The worst result we can get is a draw. But we cannot afford to lose. If we lose to Sundowns tomorrow, we might not even finish second as things are going fine. So we need to get a result against Sundowns. Yep. But I'm very interested to see Uratomo against Sundowns. Like ever since the season started, he hasn't played like a good team. So I just want to see him, how he performs like in the big game. And I hope Umchita starts him because he's been one of our best players. So I hope he starts him, and I feel like if he starts him, he's going to shine. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I think we'll watch it together. I'll come here and we'll watch it together. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. But other than that, looking forward to the Champions League tonight. Looking forward to the Milan versus Newcastle.
It's already on. It was starting at 6:45. It's already on.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lit game. And looking forward to the Champions League games tomorrow as well.
Yeah, all I can say is that we'll see Orlando Pirates or whoever in the final of the MTN 8. There's nothing else to say. That's the conclusion. Mr. Astro, let's go, man. Let's go.
Now all I can say is it's nice to catch a break
from the Champions League.
From Chelsea, man. Chelsea is
stress. And you could see him.
You did well by arriving late. Actually, I wanted us to cook Chelsea, boy. We haven't cooked Chelsea properly.
Who's not cooking it? You can try.
We also want to contribute.
But let's give them some time. It's not like we're going to run out of cookings.
The next week, the following week.
Chelsea have 5 points and they've played West Ham. They've played Nottingham Forest.
I'm gonna show you the fixtures that are next, boy. It's gonna be October, November. At least I'm busy with the employers. I won't be available.
No, that was just coach. It's been a good one. To the bench warmers, it's been a good one. It's the Evers and Jesus followers. Danko.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.